With this crown, I declare you our sovereign. All hail the king! I, Esdras, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, with songs. And in the midst of them, there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. Receive this crown as a blessing from the Most High. May your reign be just and prosperous. So I asked the angel, and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing, and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. With this crown, I bestow upon you the legacy of our people. Rule wisely. Now are they crowned, and receive palms. Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them, and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of Yahweh, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. With this crown, I charge you to lead our people with wisdom and strength. All hail the new king. Hail! Then the angel said unto me, Go thy way, and tell my people what manner of things, and how great wonders of the Lord thy God thou hast seen. I now crown you king. All hail the new king. Long live the king!
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right, and what I want to get into today, is dealing with, all right, the cruel Lord, all right, Nero 47, all right, aka Donald Trump, Donald J. Trump. You see, and what we're seeing is a shit show from Esau Edom, from the Edomites as a whole, from the elites on down. All right, it's an absolute shit show, and the way that they're trying to pull off this new world order, okay, very tacky. Okay, it's all over the place. Okay, now there's a method, to his madness. Okay, and the end game, is the transition. All right, from democracy to technocracy. Okay, and they set up this man Trump to give you Americans false hope. As he was supposed to be this people's champ. This hero for the working class, for the conservative, okay, traditional Americans. All right, he's supposed to be the icon for white Christian nationalists. okay, so forth and so on, okay. But all we've seen this man do, okay, do the bidding of the elites, okay, and the super rich, the billionaires, okay, everything that he's implemented, within, okay, these 11 months going on a year, okay, in the White House, all right, has been for the direct benefit, okay, of the small hats, all right, and the tech giants, okay, and you people, have gotten the cruel end of the stick. And see, it was a promise the Lord made that He was going to put a cruel Lord, okay, over you Americans. All right. And I want to get into Isaiah 19. I'm going to read from the second verse. All right. And this is in the AMP. So when you go to the book, okay, of Isaiah 19 and 2, and then read into the point, Isaiah 19 and 2 says, "So I will provoke Egyptians against Egyptians, and they will fight each one against his brother, and each one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom." Okay, so the Lord has, all right, you Americans more divided than ever. As Esau, Edom, he's big on his psyops and enchantments. Okay, have you people divided, with these ideologies, this false left right paradigm to where it's to the point you people will die over ideology that doesn't benefit you. The Democrats don't benefit you, the Republicans don't benefit you. Okay, it's been a corporate takeover of government, and it was always corrupt. But this is the corrupt that's ever been. Okay, to the point that where you people have no defense. Okay, against the predatory, okay, schemes of these corporations. Okay, you're for the taking. All right, and through this man's psyops and propaganda. Okay, he has you ready to die for ideology. All right, that's working towards the same goal, and it's not working in your interest. Okay, no side is working for you. Okay, both sides are working against you. Okay, with the promise of working for you, man. But those promises don't manifest. The only thing that manifests is more suffering, more division. All right, catching hell, confusion. Okay, this was the absolute weakest Thanksgiving to history, man. And I prayed for that, man. Me personally, I prayed, let this be the worst holiday season, to date. And if we're here next year, may the next one be 100 times worse. Okay, so you Americans, all right. It's beautiful to see it. This is our joy. What my boy said on Friday. That's my pleasure. Like Craig did. That's our pleasure to see you people be disappointed in this wicked kingdom, be divided amongst yourselves. Okay, destroying yourself. Okay, over vanity, over wickedness, man. Okay, and this is the judgment of an anti-Messiah society that we're seeing unfold. So it says, "So I will provoke Egyptians against Egyptians out," it says, "and they will fight each one against his brother, and each one against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom." Okay, so these devils are divided on every level. Okay, and it only gets worse. Okay, and the Lord is wearing you people out, man. Okay, prophecy is beginning to exhaust you people, as it says Isaiah 19 and 3. Then the spirit of the Egyptians will become exhausted within them and emptied out. Okay, the life is being sucked from you people, man. Okay, the life 2025. All right, power bomb. Okay, power bomb you people through the table, man, like they used to do mankind. You know, the old wrestling fans. They used to power choke slam the nigga through the cage. You know, that's what 2025 did to most people. Okay, you niggas looking like Cactus Jack. Okay, in the battle royal, man. Okay, so the spirit of the Egyptians will become exhausted within them and emptied out, and I will confuse their strategy. And this is from the top on down because these elites, they don't got it, man. Okay, these super rich Elon Musk, they don't got it, man. They've been able to pull some things off, and they got a few little things up their sleeve, man. But overall, man, these people don't got it, man. You just look at these devils. One thing that I'm realizing is we watch these devils and how they don't got it, man. They're great to the idiots they've social engineered. To them they're great, but to the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Shah, man, which has us walking in light, these people don't got it. They're all over the place, man. This devil, this is the tackiest, okay, government the earth has ever seen with all this technology and convenience and this and that and this is the most tackiest government the earth has ever seen, man. So that they will consult, so that they will consult the idols and spirits of the dead and the medians, okay, and the soothsayers, man. Okay, and this devil has compacted idols and soothsayers and medians to his technology, man, to AI. As we see, this devil has he's pouring all his chips into AI. He's pushing all his chips in the middle of the table to forward AI infrastructure, digital infrastructure for his NWO. Okay, which is nothing but witchcraft. Okay, and it says, "And I will hand over the Egyptians to a hard and cruel master, and a mighty king will rule over him," declares the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah of hosts, man. So you Americans, all right, have been given over to a hard and cruel master. Okay, and he's here to do the bidding, okay, of his masters, which are the elites, man. Okay, which they don't give two shits about you, man. Never have, never will. It's not in them to it's not possible for them to do that. Okay, so let's go here. The brother some brother posted a video. I want to go to quick video, but and then it just shows you the fiasco with the whole assassination of the National Guard. Conflicting stories. They're in critical condition. Then both of them supposedly dead. Then one of them alive, and the other one died. And you know, it's all the psyops, man, and it's all tacky, man. Tacky, tacky, tacky. Okay, and everybody knows, all right, that this is nothing but psyops, propaganda. Okay, it's an inside job. All right, but let's listen to Trump, and then let's listen to the report of what's happening, the latest with this, this fiasco. Okay, dealing with the so-called National Guard assassination. Let's play this.
Why do you blame the Biden administration? Because they let him in. Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person? Because they came on a plane along with thousands of other people that shouldn't be here, and you're just asking questions because you're a stupid person. Why do you blame the Biden administration? Because they let him in. Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person? Because they came on a plane along with thousands of other people that shouldn't be here, and you're just asking questions because you're a stupid person.
We have some news right now. The suspect in the DC National Guard shooting had a CIA badge and worked directly with the United
So doesn't that sound like a child? Okay, when they're arguing. Okay, are you a stupid? Doesn't sound like two children. Are you a stupid person? Because you asked that because you're a stupid person. Now, doesn't it sound like a goddamn child, man? Okay, the so-called white man is not great. Okay, the Lord propped this nigga up. Okay, for the sake of prophecy, but this nigga don't got it, man. Okay, this is Ecclesiastes 10:16. It says, "Woe to you, O land, when your king is a child, all right, and when your incompetent officials and princes feast in the morning. Okay, so the king of the earth, these Edomites and their underlings that they propped up, okay, are children, man. Okay, it's a child. It sounds like a child argument because you're a stupid person. That's how a person of nobility is supposed to talk, conduct itself. Okay, it's a goddamn child in rulership, man. Okay, and Trump is a goddamn joke, and he's scared of Putin. Okay, he's scared of Russia. You see. So nah, man, this is the woe to you, old land, and this is the land of America. All right, because this child is going to get all y'all nuked. Okay, he's going to get America turned to a desert. Destruction, old land. Destruction, old America. Hey, you see that? So let's go back. You know, I just want to listen to us. This nigga's a child, man. Okay, sound like you walk in on your 3-year-old arguing with your, your 4-year-old. Okay, and then stay back and forth. All right, but going back to this guy, so they're saying now this guy was found with a CIA badge, and it's just like like, bro, this is beyond tacky. It sounds like a lesson that Yashawamba would do. This is beyond tacky, man. Okay, so let's just hear this. Okay.
National Guard shooting had a CIA badge and worked directly with the United States CIA in Afghanistan. This is a major development. This is from Jennifer Griffin, who is a really good reporter. She says that the alleged shooter, according to CIA director, was vetted before working with the CIA. He was with the CIA task force in Kandahar in Afghanistan during the Afghan withdrawal. He was vetted in 2021 when he came into the United States of America and there were no ties to terrorism. She then confirmed that he applied for asylum in 2024 and was approved for asylum under the Trump administration in April of this year. There's so much rhetoric online right now that this is President Biden's fault, this is the fault of Democrats, but this is someone who had a CIA badge, worked directly with the CIA, was very trusted, vetted multiple times, and was approved for asylum by this administration. So it's important before you start blaming one party or the other, just get your facts straight.
You plan to attend Sarah's funeral?
I haven't thought about it yet, but it certainly is something I could conceive of. I love West Virginia. I won West Virginia by one of the biggest margins of any president anywhere. And it's, these are great people. I love the people of West Virginia. I love the people of our country. But I haven't given it any thought, but it sounds like something I could do, yeah.
We have some breaking news right now. The Trump administration is lying to you about the suspect in the National Guard shooting yesterday. The suspect had a CIA ID, worked closely with the Central Intelligence Agency in Kandahar in Afghanistan, and was vetted multiple times, granted asylum by Donald Trump this year. And yet there is this narrative being spread right now that this was somehow President Biden's fault, that he wasn't allowed in the that he was allowed in the country without proper vetting.
So they're feeding you, that this guy was allowed in the country under Biden, and they're feeding you this same, all right, rhetoric. Okay, they're feeding the same rhetoric of left-right, division. Okay, and it's gonna be people. All they gotta say is Biden allowed this, and there's gonna be people arguing about this the rest of the year. Okay, the people are so goddamn simple and stupid. Okay, under the enchantment of American media. Okay, people are so goddamn dumb. Okay, that they're able to still run this same narrative of left, right, under Biden, But then it's like, where is this smart AI? Why are these people able to just, snipe people down? Okay, these people just get to walk around with these high power rifle, climb ladders, put the gun together, okay, blast a nigga, then take the gun apart, okay, casually, walk, climb down the ladder. And this was by the White House. Ain't the White House highly, surveilled? You see? But they always Biden. All they gotta say is Biden. Damn the foolishness and the tackiness of, these events where they Biden, and then you have, the MAGA faithful, in the uproar about this for the next few months. Okay. And then it's just, just distraction and division. Okay. And also just, the devil's going to spin it to justify more, military presence because they want this place a police state. Okay. So let's play some more. And then this would be another, justification for digital ID, another justification for, well, look, instead of having National Guard, let's put robots. That way people's lives aren't in danger. Let's let robots, do security. Okay. So we'll see, man. We're watching these things, man. We know this the devil. Okay. We don't know nothing else. It's the devil. He got something that work. Okay.
None of that is true. And I need your help to spread the word to get accurate information. So like, comment, share, and subscribe to boost this. And also consider subscribing to my Substack by clicking the link below, because there's bombshell news at this hour, even on Thanksgiving. Jennifer Griffin, who's a very well-respected reporter, says that the alleged shooter worked for the CIA in Afghanistan out of the Kandahar base, according to John Ratcliffe, who is Donald Trump's CIA director. The shooter was vetted before working with the CIA by the National Counterterrorism Center and the CIA. He was with the task force in Kandahar. During the Afghanistan withdrawal, the CIA airlifted, with the help of the United States military, many Afghan allies who had worked with the United States government and took special care of those who were badged and worked with the agency. They were taken to bases in Qatar and Europe, and then onward to military bases in the United States where further vetting was supposed to take place. Having a CIA ID would have put him in the, quote, vetted category. Nothing in his background when he arrived in the United States on September 8th, 2021 suggested links to terrorism. This man applied for asylum in 2024 in December and then was granted asylum in April under the Trump administration. So here's kind of what happened there. This is from a nonprofit that works with Afghan SIVs like the individual. Essentially, he served in NDS-03, one of the elite counterterrorism units operated by the CIA with direct United States intelligence and military support. He was evacuated by the United States military in August of 2021 after the fall of Kabul. He then arrived under humanitarian parole, which was the temporary authority used to evacuate tens of thousands of American citizens, lawful permanent residents, SIV applicants, and at-risk Afghan partners. He was later granted asylum this year by the Trump administration. He had an active SIV application underway and had received chief of mission approval, but had not yet been granted lawful permanent residence. Instead, he applied for asylum during the Biden administration, but his asylum was approved under the Trump administration. Both his chief of mission application and his asylum application required review and vetting by the
three nations, three of America.
Yeah, man, the devil just tacky as hell. All right, and so here it is. This man is a whole CIA agent. Okay, a whole CIA agent, trained. Okay, brought over here as a CIA operative. Okay, and it just shows you that this man is loose. Certain things he wants to get out. And then there's an element of the Lord just had this man out there, man. Okay, this man is just being made bare. Okay, this technology is also backfiring against the devil too, because information is traveling so fast. Okay, and this lets you know that he's rushing. He's not, trying to, he can't see when you're rushing. Okay, you can't be tedious when you're rushing. Shit's getting sloppy. Okay, it's psyops, and he has a lot of holes. He's becoming very sloppy, which lets you know he's rushing. He's throwing this together. Okay, knowing that you have but a short time. So when you go to Jeremiah 49:7 says concerning Edom, thus said the Lord of hosts, that there no longer any wisdom in teaming. All right. Hey, you see, which teaming, the grandson of Esau, okay, and the people of teaming of Edom were known for their wisdom. All right, which are the Germans, and German Edomites go back to teaming, which they've been the engineers of Esau's empire. Okay, a lot of these think tanks and military, okay, technology, come from teaming. Even psyops, psychological operations. A lot of it comes from teaming. Okay, so teaming, all right, has been okay the think tanks and the engineers of this man's wicked empire, his deception. Okay, but now it's getting weak. Okay, soon as this devil do something, somebody on TikTok, okay, with the I got 5 on the beat, slowed down, okay, pointing at a PDF in the background, you see, exposing and giving a rundown on what just really happened, okay, because their wisdom, that they was given, all right, to rule and deceive the four quarters of the earth, whether it's drying up because his kingdom is drying up. Okay. It says, has good counsel vanished from the intelligent and prudent, has their wisdom decayed? So has has good counsel vanished from the intelligent and prudent? Well, we're seeing it. Okay, this is what you come up with. We all do y'all counsels, and we're gonna do this next, and then this is what y'all come up with. Okay, and these things are called out immediately, man, because Esau, he's not prolific. He's just been sticking to a formula, man. And that formula, okay, is exposed, order out of chaos. Okay, it said, but I have stripped Esau, Edom bare. I have uncovered his hiding places. He cannot hide himself, man. So Esau just out here bare. He's out here bare. Everything that he's doing is immediately being exposed. Okay, every time he does something, there's immediate questions about, all right, the shystiness. They know it's some shystiness involved. There was a time where you looked at this thing with face value and authenticity, and nah, that's the gone. All right, everything this devil do is scrutinized. Okay, everything that he does is under heavy scrutiny. Okay, all right, and beginning with the spirit of the prophets, the devil is exposed, man. Okay, it says his descendants have been destroyed along with his brothers, relatives, and his neighbors. All right, and he is no more, which he's going to be a spoil in this third world's war. All right, because before the Lord, all right, take this devil down. All right, he's pushing the heavy expose on this devil. Okay, to be exposed, man. Okay, before this devil, is conquered along with the rest of the heathen in this third world's war. Okay, to be shipped off into captivity, spoils of war. Okay, so yeah, man, just wanted to get into that. All right, the cruel Lord Nero 47. Okay, are you stupid? Okay, are you stupid? You ask a stupid question, a child, man, a joke. Okay, this whole system is a joke. This whole society, this whole age is a goddamn joke, man. And the Lord, all right, finna judge, all right, this embarrassment of a kingdom. Okay, so Lord will you brothers, all right, and you sisters edified once again. I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutation, and hopefully, shalom.